Hey everybody, good morning. Mitch here with our pre-market plan. Obviously looking at the overnight action, we effectively went nowhere. We have just been kind of reverting around these kind of main dealer long balances here that tell the story on the day, given where we're about to open, it looks like. I think it's obvious where we can go, get a little assistance up kind of towards the 76.10, maybe test 15 to get that break up towards 76.25 into this kind of smaller dealer long area. You do that early enough and you hold up there and have some market strength. Maybe you can pop beyond kind of the day's current expected move into this upper range where things do get very positive on the gamma front once you reach kind of the 76.60 and higher. Do I think we make an almost 100-point move today? Nope. So I'm just going to kind of keep my expectations very low and play these kind of ranges until we're out of them. Play the edges of them, see how positions kind of shift, what volatility is looking like, and all that fun stuff. I do think to the downside, you do have this kind of little zone you can move into. I do wonder about just how far you could go because there is some responsiveness with regards to volatility in these positions, but you'll see they kind of peter out until you get well below this kind of 75.40 area on ES. So do we really hold down there and keep going, or do we just ultimately revert back kind of into this middle balance area that we held all night? So today is kind of a tale of two ranges centered on what happens between 75.90 and 75.75. That is kind of your main balance area on the day. Those are also areas that you could end up getting pinned to into the close. So, if you fail to go higher, do you come back to this balance on this shape? If you fail to go lower, meaningfully, do you just end up pinning kind of the top of this overall structure, right? Everything below you kind of points up to here. Do you get stuck down against this balance around 75.50 or kind of back towards the middle, or do you get up and stuck, right? Do we kind of see that move where we range around and then ultimately get the drift higher? Time will tell, right? But those are kind of the areas that I'm looking at playing. So we'll see what we get for an opening print, kind of an opening drive. Do we dip down into the overnight low and hold and try to come back up into this upper range? Do we get down into this lower range? Those are the things that I'm kind of using to frame my plan on the day. But my expectation is we'll probably test into this upper range. We've been consolidating. We kind of made the move and stalled out yesterday. Can we break above yesterday's high into this opening range if you want to think about it that way? That is what I am looking at. So one note is that obviously VIX has kind of been crushed. How much more can that happen versus when we start moving up? Does VIX start moving up as well? So don't be surprised if you see that behavior.